Hello everyone, and welcome to Motif. This week we're going to be talking about how to scale 10 POD sales all the way up to 100. And I'm joined by none other than Mr. Thomas Gentleman, who sold more than a few thousand sales, t-shirts, mugs, you name it. Hi Thomas, how are you?
I'm good, Aidan. Hello everybody. Yes, so how do you take your sales from a reasonable but not great 10 up all the way up to 100? That's the topic. So we're talking about really ads here. Organic strategies can work, but it's all about Facebook ads. So there is a course, as we often mention, free Facebook ads course. So step one is to have a look at that course. So I won't go over everything that's in that course. What we'll talk about today is how it's done, what you should do. So you've made some sales, you've sold something, maybe profitably, maybe not, but you've got your first 10 sales under your belt and you want to go to 100 sales. Well, you need designs. It's a simple numbers game at this point. The more designs you test, we've said this before, the more designs you test, the more winners you're going to find. The things that hold people back are where you've got something that's selling a little bit, you've got a few sales here, a few sales there, but you're not really making a great impact. Winners will stand out, and so you need to keep testing. You need to say to yourself, right, I'm going to test X amount of designs every single week, whether that's 20, 30, 5, 10, 3, 8, 9, whatever, and stick to doing that every single week, no matter what. And that's how you can start to find the winners. There are thousands, millions of designs out there, ideas out there already that you can take inspiration from.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of finding some inspiration from somewhere and then coming up with a whole lot of design ideas off the back of that, and then testing. I can't emphasize how much this is a numbers game. If you test 100 designs, you are far more likely to find one winning design than if you only plan to test 5 or give up after 3. So a lot of people, they'll get a few sales from one design, break even, or maybe even slightly behind where they need to be, and then they'll maybe test one more, then that doesn't, and then they'll start to just give up.
Yeah.
Well, that isn't the way to do it. You have to realize that millions upon millions upon millions of people are out there in the audiences on Facebook, and they are buying. There are buyers in every market all the time, every day. People are buying from Facebook ads of all sorts of print on demand products from Motif, and you can be one of the people that's selling them, those people products. Yeah. It's just a matter of persistence and testing. Obviously, there's slightly more to it than that, but really on a very basic level, the more you test, the more likely you are to find those winners that will be able to take you forward.
Yeah, and I think it's a very common story in my day-to-day job. Is I'll message a seller, how's it going? What's going? Aidan, I'm stuck at this 20, this 10, 20 sort of mark. I can't push over. And I'll say one question. Have you launched and tested any new designs lately? More common than not, the answer is no. I said, well, you can't expect to get 10 winners if you don't go find them first, right?
Well, that's it. So we were talking about how you get from 10 sales to 100 sales, total sales. But if you want to go from 10 sales a day to 100 sales a day, then you do need to find winners. And what makes a winner? Readability of the text. If they can't read it, they won't want to buy it. You need something that stands out. So you want high contrast designs. What does that mean? You have light text on a darker t-shirt. You have dark text on a lighter t-shirt. High contrast designs, big print cells, big letters, big letters. That's what you want. You want to get it in front of them. You don't need fancy designs with pictures and all of this kind of thing. You don't need to be an illustrator. You just need to get a design out there. Yes, images can help, but not if it means reducing the size of the text. It's mainly the message that sells. It's almost always the message that sells. The image or images or style is only really just to tie it into the niche. You do not need an advanced illustration to make a sale. When you come to things like ugly Christmas sweaters, then yes, the actual design, starts to become more important than the message. But for all intents and purposes, it's the message, the text, the writing, the words that sells, and you must make sure that you get those high contrast so people can read them, keep the font big enough so people can read it, and really just get it out in front of people. Zoom in on your ad. Don't have the t-shirt all in the background. You want to fill the whole screen, as much screen real estate as you've got, with the actual design, and just get it in front of people and just keep on testing. Now, if you've got something that's ticking over, making some sales, you want to make sure that it's a winner. So you should always be testing other stuff to see if anything will have better traction. And then it's just a matter of duplicating the ad set and finding new targets. They can be lookalike audiences, they can be new targets, they can be, you can take the design and maybe the design's in the fishing niche, maybe you can transfer the same design idea into the pet niche or another niche, or you can translate it into another language. Obviously you need a new design to do that, and you just keep on pushing forward. If you can't get beyond a few sales a day, then watch the ads course and just keep testing and testing and testing, and just be very brutal in what you try to sell. Don't waste time, don't waste money on stuff that's just break even or worse, or just making a few sales. The next idea could be the one that's selling 50, 60, 70, 80 a day. And, you know, to get to 100 a day, if you have 4 designs that are selling 25 a day, which is only sort of 1 an hour, not a particularly high number, then you've got your 100 sales a day. And of course, you can push on above that to hundreds of sales a day. Some people do this. At that point, it becomes really, you're looking at how much money you made yesterday or in the last 24 hours and how much money you're spending.
Yeah.
You're not really managing that so much on a per ad set level anymore, because sales will be coming in from shares. It becomes more and more difficult to manage your ad spend. So really there you're just looking at 2 figures, what you made and what you spent. And as long as what you made is outstripping what you spent by 15 to 20% or above that, then you're good to continue to add. But yes, it does become more difficult to manage individual ad sets at those levels, although it is still possible. But sometimes you're not sure exactly where the money's coming in from. And of course, when you're running retargeting, which is key to all of this, it's sometimes difficult to work out what exactly is going on, where you might have one ad set, for example, that lots of people are clicking on, and that's where all the retargeting, a lot of those people don't buy from the original ad set, but then they buy from retargeting. So it does become more complicated. At that point, you should look at using UTM tag tracking to attribute your sales. There's plenty out there. Motif allows this. Facebook ads allows this on an ad level, not on an ad set level. So in each individual ad, you can have a UTM tag, and you can track that right through to the Motif dashboard into the analytics tab on each campaign, and you can see which ad set is delivering the sales. So this also solves the iOS 14.5 tracking issue. You'll be able to see exactly which ad set is working for each ad. So if you're going to go big, you will need to go to those lengths at this stage to be able to really manage your ad spend. And anywhere but probably above 50 or 100 sales a day, you're going to need to go down into each ad set and put UTM tags on and be able to track that back. Obviously, you use a slightly different UTM tag for each advert so that you know exactly where the sales are coming in from.
Right. That makes sense. And I did just want to remind everyone, you are not alone. Like Thomas mentioned, in terms of, say, if you had a good design, it's showing some good traction, but you want to bump up those numbers, message me, message Anna in the group, and what we'll do is we'll help you get that design, 1, translated, and 2, redesigned, so you can try that in Sweden, you can try it in France, you can try it in Belgium, try it in Germany. I could reel off more countries, but I won't. Do not be a stranger. You're not alone. Please message me or Anna, and we'll be more than happy to help you to go out there and get the money, get the sales.
Indeed. So yes, again, just to reiterate, testing is key. There's a free Facebook ads course in the description of the video, and you can join the Motif Facebook group where Aidan and Anna will be able to help you along and get you going. UTM tags, just you can Google that anywhere, how to do that. It's pretty clear in Facebook on every single ad. It will allow you to put an UTM tag. That's when you want to scale. That's when you wanted to scale really big, or just if you're having general tracking problems, trying to work out which ad set is generating your sales, you can do that. And Motiv has a Google Analytics integration as well that will be able to show you where the sales are coming from on a UTM basis. So definitely check that out. And that really is it. It's not an overly complicated thing to do. It's just very simple rules. The hard part, of course, is actually doing it. So
yeah.
I think, oh, well, I was expecting an hour-long training video. You don't need an hour-long training video, because you just need to test and test and test and test, find the winners, and then push the winners out vertically and horizontally, meaning duplicating the ad sets, changing the targeting, change to new interest targeting, use lookalike audiences, split the genders, split the countries, split the regions, everything that you can do within that to split it up. And then it's just a question of how many designs you can run at once. And then when you really start pushing, it's a question of how you manage your ad spend at scale, which does become tricky, and then using UTM tags to do that. So it is as complicated and also as easy as that.
Yeah, I think something you said to me a while ago, Thomas, is the best way to sort of get to this level is to set yourself a target or a goal of testing at least, say, 5 designs, 10 designs per week, and not going outside of that. And that way you're consistently making progress, right? It's getting back to that as well.
Yeah, with ad spend, if you want to make if you want to make $1,000 a day, then what are you likely to have to spend? Well, $100 a day. What are you likely to have to spend on ads? The higher you scale, the smaller percentage of return you're probably going to get just on a management of the ads basis. So, for instance, if you spend, I don't know, $500 a day and you make $500 in profit, well, you're doing very well. That's achievable with balance with certain designs. But if you want to really push far past that, I mean, an example would be if you spend 10,000 on ads in a day, which is a lot. I've never spent that much. But then you are earning 2,000 a day. You're still earning. That's still a 20% return. Obviously, you get your 10,000 back as well. Don't spend 10,000 a day on ads and only get 2,000 back, unless you really like the shareholders of Facebook. But yeah, that's at scale the kind of numbers that you start to be thinking about when you're really, really pushing extremely hard. It's about percentage of return versus spend.
Yeah, and I want to sort of dangle the carrot or give people a peek behind the curtain, because obviously I'm helping the sellers every day, and those sellers are out there, and there's many of them who are doing in the hundreds of sales per week, right? And I've seen people literally get to that point within 3 months, right? It's not a get rich quickly, but the thing that's separated them from other people is they're super consistent. They stick at it. They set themselves a goal and they test 5 designs a week, and they stick at it. They're not deterred. They don't second guess themselves. It's a case of it is profitable, it isn't, and they that's simple as that, really.
That's it, indeed. So, as I say, do check out the group, join the group and the course, and just keep testing. Follow these very simple rules to begin with, and you will be good. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Keep doing the same things, but just more of them. The things are pretty simple to do. Find ideas, get a design made from those ideas, and then test them as cheaply as you can with Facebook. Find the winners, and then try to sell them. And if they don't sell, move on quickly. Don't bog yourself down in something that's break even or worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something now I may regret, but I'm gonna say it. If someone out there has got a niche and they're doing, say, 10, 20 sales, but they're stuck for design ideas, message me and I'll help you come up with some ideas. A few ideas to get the ball rolling. Because it's a very common thing. People say to me, Aidan, I'm doing well. I'm selling 30, 40, 10, maybe, designs a week, but I just can't come up with any ideas. It's not an excuse. And I'm more than happy to take you through some cool websites, some different tips or tricks to spin things and make some good designs great, and come up with some original ideas that will make you some money.
Indeed. Well, okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Aidan, and thanks everybody out there. We'll be back next week with another exciting POD update. So see you next week.
Well, indeed, guys. Stay safe. Have a great weekend, and see you on Facebook. Ciao. See you guys. Bye.